思ってたより綺麗だな。低設定で。あ、これ発電所か。
ブロンドさん、2日目はや。
せやろ。第2回アウターワークド。やりたかったん。
ブロンドさん、でも1日目になってる。
多分あれ、2日目、ハテナにしたけど、多分あれやと思う。僕が保存するの忘れたんやと思う。多分。
ブロンドさん、ちゃんと保存して。
なんか、あれか。
ワールドこれで最後。
いや、全然ある。ウォッチドックス2とか。あとなんだろう。多分探したら山ほどあ
ブ
ると思う。
ロンドさん、
朝栗とか。
ブロンドさん
ほとんど、
あったな。
ほとんどオープンワークドしかしないしな。言うて。
ブロンドさん好きやもんね。
お、好き。でもこのゲームフォトモードがない。 写真が撮れない。なんてこった。
I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming. I think she was jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks her own self.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
Vale's a little safer. We pay Gil Antrim. I remember him. Was just a kid. Still one outstanding. Here we are. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint. You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you.
やった。
Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all Marauders... Ever since the company first settled the Vale. Life's good out here, but it ain't easy. Not everyone's cut out to work in
や
Edgewater.
べ、評議会か
Some
ら
turn
な。
deserter, some
評価
turn
がかかっちゃっ
Marauder.
た。
None of them get my sympathy. Uh-huh. I recall young Eugene. Good kid. Nice smile. Fussy about his health, though. Took a little too much... Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of adrenatime.
手のりうさこさん、ろうちゃんの声聞きながら寝るおやすみがんバッチ。
おやすみ。独房で寝れる。寝よう。9時間しっかり。いいね。
I've got nothing on... As long... If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I don't serve Edgewater. Careful, stranger. Talk like that. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the House, also known as the board. I must admit, flattery won't get you anywhere with me. The bureaucracy is a noble profession, but...
うん。
Hey, thanks for helping me back in that cave.
あ、お前独
You
占
got
すか。
a real knack for curative work.
生きてたんだこいつ。
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
We should keep our voices down.
Please, wander around.
I appreciate what you've done, but we shouldn't be...
I appreciate what you...
ダメだな。話せないわ。あいつ帰ってこないって。
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
Just the
Ah,
way it goes,
con-
I suppose.
たんだ。へえ。はあはあはあはあ。全然張り紙気づいてなかった。ジャンプ力低いな。
Never seen the veil lit up like bang up work. So that I would reward you with the gratitude of the resist.
あ、チャンク売ればよかったな。やらかした。やばい、ターショールって。
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is. Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get. Oh, it's kind of you to say that. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could, and if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. I know. Mr. Thompson said I was to chaperone you about the veil. Loan me out to you like I was Spacer's choice property. Well, they may think I am, but I'm not. Yeah, Mr. Thompson's got a temper. But I'm more scared of missing out than I am of him. Yeah, I've been... Edgewater was on the verge of collapse before you showed up. You sent them power, and now the town might see another season. You didn't know those deserters a thing, but you helped them anyway. Made sure they had a home to come back to. You ain't exactly a stranger anymore. You done some... Yeah, my whole life's been... Then I saw this ship. This gorgeous, stately lady with her eye... Yes! I mean, Captain. I can call you Captain now. I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back. He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. He never told me a word to that effect. And since he didn't, I didn't have to say nothing. In the bar? When I asked if you were a drink. Sorry. I know. It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen to their hearts breaking. Maybe so. But we don't.
忘れてたお前のこと。
I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and clear.
うざこいつ。ちょっと上行って部屋を向かってきます。あいつ嫌だな、つけてくの。
I could spend hours So, tell... I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If... That's a good... We should start on the groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security. Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as... I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track... Thank you.
Something.
荷物置けないんかな。出るしかないんかな、やっぱ。
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. What can I do for you? All systems are operating. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low. We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain, horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Oh, that, yes, that's proper. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me. help us find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kilkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to... Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lost. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, you know. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before... Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precarious. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place. And we can start by reviving the hope.
Yo.
Excellent. I'll send her over. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud, it has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric... Ha 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 ha! The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of it. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't...
オリリンさん、鬼と向かった範囲が起動せず宝の持ち腐れ。
And remember, don't trust the board. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this
Transmission ended.
できなかったらやらんでいいやろ。5on5 なんて。結局。
Do return in one piece, Captain. This is my favorite room. It's so spacious.
オリリンさん、人がおらんときにみんなにやってもらおう。
そこ。ああ、長い。今読む気にはならん。手が折れた時にやってもらう。
黄色の守護者メロンパンさん、こんばんは、バー。
こんばんは。引接武器使わんから別にいいか。マジでこれしまえないのかな。なさそうやね。
Make yourself at home, Captain.
黄色の守護者メロンパンさん、死にゲーですか？これは。
全然。 全然違う。
当たり目さんさん、なんかめっちゃ進んでそう。
いや、全然進んでない。だって。だからこれ外せないんですか？外したいんですけど、僕。
当たり目さんさん、帰ったら見よ。
外し方がわからん。
当たり目さんさん、1円220。あげる。
うん。3220円、そっちありがとう。感謝。
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab. Good luck, Captain.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it! Blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since, in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Oh. おるやん。なんか豚がいる。
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Right. Welcome to my little, habitation, such as it is. I've got a So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is... Oh, balderdash! You hadn't yet recovered your faculties of speech. What was I to do? Dear so-and-so, would you like to be shoved? Still, I admit I may have been a touch hasty. Nonsense. There's no such thing as luck. Only well-calculated margins of error. You survived that fall in 85 out of 100.
85回は生き延びていた。 15回死ぬの怖いやろ。
You're stuck here with the rest of us. Halcyon's our cesspit now, and we can wallow in our collective misery, or we can... I don't know about you, but I'd like to live in a colony that isn't marching. What's up? Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper. Oh, goodness, no. I wouldn't survive. Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I...
ヒーローの守護者メロンパンさん、なんだ、このおっさん。
Outside work? No, of course not. For that matter, everyone else's lives are also my work. And to answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab.
この差にいいように使わげたのに。
Because we've lost our way, the board has a stranglehold over this colony, and we've all been condemned. The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented in... Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. You begin to perceive the truth. Yes, according to the board and their narrow-minded scientists, 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for decades. In theory, you never... But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof
ヒーローの守護者メロンパンさん、この世のすべての事象が、このおっさんのせいなんですね。
We'll do our very best to save them all. I'd best get back to work.
わかんないけど、多分まだ始まったばっかだから。
Aha! I see. The cysty pigs make excellent test subjects. Also surprisingly nutritious. Careful, that's my communications terminal.
Hey. レーガンみたいなやつ。おお、本当だ。意味なかった。 いまいちいつ使うのかわかんないけど。
The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain.
Can we talk?
You're free to disembark.
Let's talk when you're free.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
Grenade launcher. To. 外せなかった。なんでこれ外せんくなるん
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses? He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little back bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Going for a stroll around the docking base? Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. The guy insulted my Rizzo's Rangers, all right? You can't just insult my Ranger. So, of course, I decked him with a tossball stick. I mean, what am I? Some kind of fair-weather fan? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting. That's when I broadsided him with a top. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, hey, not for nothing. But I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Captain of the Unreliable. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be.
名前聞いてなかった。俺は前が鈴木。
Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your... See you around.
甘いけど続きってやっぱり。
Head over to customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
黄色の守護者メロンパンさん、草。
Hey.
マグナムいいな。
はるくんさん、ローチャ今日も寝落ちさせてもらいます。
はい。前が眠いけど。マグナム拾っちゃっちゃー。
Stay in the public areas and we'll get along fine.
I wonder what that fella did to get bored so riled at him.
That's quite the impressive.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
パタポンさん、あ、どうも。
Identification, please.
あ、どうも。
Captain Hawthorne, you said. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford. Our board... His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. Not gonna lie, you're in a pickle. But Udom's an interesting guy. Might be y'all could come to a... Huh. Records show this ain't the first time your ship's been impounded. Seems to get cleared up pretty quick. You might... Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
No.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay. Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged... A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when... Much? Is there anything else I... The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring it in... Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But most of those jobs are going to take you off. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet the real...
Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized.
Can we move this along? I have a certain,
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with them. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look... Are you pulling my leg? Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off space and distant star systems. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the... Groundbreaker was one of the... Once everybody... I guess that... Yep. Groundbreaker... Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger. Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars. Yeah. Glad to help.
多分クラボなんだけど、コイル鳴きするようになって。
Sublight gives me the creep. They're on the promenade run.
になってきたわ。 本当にパソコン買いたい。
Most places are on the promenade deck. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. You need anything else? You let me... He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for groundbreaking. Not that he would, being a board. Really likes his cereals, too. Maybe a little too much.
Don't see what's so wrong about liking cereals. They're...
Udom takes it to an, You noticed, huh? What can I say? We're passionate. All their interstellar freighters come through us. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our free... You sure you didn't just step off? There's no working with the board. They don't share. Not bits. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their... It's a delicate balance, right? They got assault cruisers, gunship. We push them too hard?
The board wouldn't do that.
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe...
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. Sure thing. Be seeing you.
端末見たら怒られないかな。怒られないわ。
Hi there. Haven't seen you. What can Groundbreaker Security... Chief Tennyson don't generally hire outsiders for station jobs, but you... Anything else I can help? Chief Junlei Tennyson. She runs the ship. Does her family's worked on it for, gosh, since it was built,
What's she like?
Good as she can be, I guess. She could stand to lighten up, I suppose. Sure is, but they're run by Miss Hagen. Half the tramp captains and I ought to warn you straight off. Scuttlebutt says some of the jobs they do aren't exactly... Let's say there's been times when I heard somebody needed a thing. And now let's say the one who had the thing suddenly found theirs missing, and the one who... If anyone asks, Sublight says it got salvaged from an old wreck. Case... If anybody could prove them criminals, the board would have put their foot down. Something gets nicked or someone turns up dead, Sublight says, hey, independent Against is a strong word. You might pay Sublight a shitload.
You must admit, there is a beauty to the order of it.
People do what they gotta to get by. Gets a mite boring at this desk, you know. Then I get to chatting to... Oops, doing it again.
Oh, don't worry. Cap...
Can't speak for the captain, but I'm used to listening to folks drone on about their...
Awful generous of you. This is the security. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sanita. I'm not authorized to take incident. Less than there used to be. Fewer freighters. There's been a whole heap of good advertisements lately.
Can we talk?
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Marde... Got a hot one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours old. Allegations include several counts of flying under the influence. Swerving in the air was more like it. Then he crashed hard into the dock and tumbled. Spilled Rizzo's Violet Spectrum vodka all over Officer Hartley. And a front of it. Dreadful, ain't it? Such blatant disregard. It's true enough that he ain't particularly deadly, but the interest on each fine being compounded as the last tip we got pointed toward the back bay. You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you. The outlaw scientist fella, right. The board's... If you have an inkling of the wheres or what fors of his location, Udon. But he's never done nothing to Groundbreaker, so I've no problem with him. We keep the...
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the scholar shipped in and out with.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
Social.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
This is Halcyon
え、
News.
これ変装してんの
Interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that access to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embarked.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a porch. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an... Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. Great.
1万
What do you... Ask the common folk, and they'll... Because that's what the board... I think they made some fool mistake that would make... Oh, a little of this. I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball.
What about non-famous players? I earned quite a reputation as a fifth back during my
You do have a favorite, but that's not what you want. That's right, dearie. The only... Though for how long, I can't... Chief Junlei Tennyson. Used to be she was chief engineer before her mama passed, and she took the helm. She's neck-deep in the ship guts by day, slap-fighting with the... Bit straight-laced for my tastes, but that's just her nature. She's fit, and between you and me, I think the fight's starting to win. This heat problem we've got's gone unfixed.
You've got an engineer flying this ship, ma'am?
Surely do. She's quite capable, our Miss June. The board can't abide a community, though. They've always got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. But it won't work. No.
ね、いくつあるの ?8000。うん。うん。
I'd work just for the cookies, but Gladys insists on paying us in cold, hard bits.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Bud. Salt sour candy shell around a sweet purple berry. Suck it, chew it, you can do it.
お、入ったら怒られるよね。あ。大丈夫だ。
Nicely done. There it is. Just yank. Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for. Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined... Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authority? Oh, it's nothing. I suppose. I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many...
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
なんだったっけ？スタンド5、こうか。
This is Halcyon News. Interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
イノかかった日。うん。一回使ったらもう開けれないの？マジ？使い切りの鍵とかある？マジか。ちゃんと見てから使わんとこうなるか。やらかしたな。はい。
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A late... I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceship. Thanks, Captain.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tenant. Oh, and it's not the best. A lot of slogans to keep track of. I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our consumer. Oh, I'm having a stellar day. Not just because I'm... You would never ask. I mean, why anyone can be a Spacer's Choice have.
売ってる。
Looking for some spacers, Chuck? Have a look. Heard of it? That's a spacious choice, Spear. Take what you have. So, what can I get you? Some soap?
いいじゃん。
Are you listening to me, Emfuru? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene. I'm sorry. See, Emfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness. Let me get one thing straight. As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. Be my guest, if you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy.
What seems to be the problem? If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. Requests of our patient. She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records. Not without dispensation from Chief Jun Lei, I fear. We don't have the ability to... Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical reasons. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their... Take care.
Can't say I've seen you before. If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. Or having a spot. Sure is. You need a deft hand to straighten a busted nose. Of course, there's not much cosmetic improvement going on at the moment. Not without my mechanic. Sure. How do you think we keep this pile of junk in the sky? Or it would, if I... Did he now? A mouth on that. He must be referring to Irion. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla. You look out, though.
You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
old dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
一切戦闘しないでもう1時間経ってんのか。
Should have known she'd send a bruiser after me. Damned if I don't rue the day I say. Alright, okay, we can. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jab.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. Oh, laws. Wait, don't gut me and skin me yet. Please, talk to Bedford. Tell him I can pay, a part of it. Surely you wouldn't drag me before him. I'm dreadful contagious. I just know if I... Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real... Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Oh, ja. Ja. 危な。イカルベインのキーカード。
Anywhere? Good luck. The board's got an office on the pro... You know that sound when you've snapped on and inject... I got a full line of weapon modifications. Why, it gets you the weapon best suit.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Self-improvement include...
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like getting in close and make... No and yes. When you install something, it pops in there real nice, but if you want to replace it... So...
限定ストック。大したもん置いてねえな。
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Seeking relief from the heat? Till June Lay gets those radiators fixed, I've got the... Some big shot down in Byzantium's holding auditions for a new adventure... The radiators, they're and we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are... Couldn't say, and I wouldn't be pouring drinks professionally if I could. All I know is we're cooking in our own juices here, and it's only gonna... They're supposed to gather up all the heat the systems generate and vent it into... Instead of the heat going where it ought, though, it seems to be blowing straight... Weeks? I lost track.
That's not for me to say. But if you're feeling the urge... There's nobody who knows more about the station's guts. She doesn't come around here often, though. Don't see her as much of a drinker.
うん。
Welcome to the Lost Hope, our little tribute to the mystery. Cologne, I try to keep the place clean in case Chief...
うんうん。いや、取れねえ、これ。
Route lately? Deader in a space pad.
Traffic's down all over. Even the inners are holding on to their manufacture. Exports are way down.
Run on one crew, their skip drive burned out.
これがデッドエアサグドライブか。
I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go? How about I stay up top?
首ないんだけど。
Keep watch. Okay.
さすがだな。気持ち悪い。
Fate shines on us today.
がっつり芋虫だ。
Awful, and not all of it's mine. Thank you, stranger.
Yeah.
Shit, ain't that a relief? You have no idea how good the air on Groundbreaker smells until you've been trapped in. Thanks again, friend. What usually happens on this partially pressurized... Well, actually, two things broke. First, the damn toilet overflowed. When I came to clean that up, the damn door decided... Time stood still. I was away... Ah, shit. That means I haven't clocked out in days. So you're gonna shake me down after I was trapped in a shit-covered... Fine. Here's every bit I've got. That enough for you? Or do you want my shit? You're a sick man. I never...
わあ。来たな。うん。
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
ストホープのキーカード。 うるさ。これ。ああ、消えた。あ、でもここか。ああ。なるほどね。オッケーオッケー。じゃあいいや。
This is Halcyon News. Didn't the board rep's office used to be in the docking bays?
いや、クエスト多いな、これ。
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
No one. Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. Has something happened to my favorite scruff? Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what? Oh, Alex. There was... I impounded Alex's ship, not yours. Well, I asked him to turn in Phineas Wells. He tells me he will soon. I impound his ship. He explains why he can't give me the info right now. I ask him to turn in Wells. Around and around we go. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big... There, I've removed the flag from your ship. Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you? Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a convenient... That's... Well, that's just... Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional. Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Cap.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms? You might be surprised. But we'll proceed on the assumption she'll be reasonable. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first... Now, is there anything else?
Law, but it's Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the cause, but deplorable conduct. My superiors will be...
直してくれそうにないや。
Good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic...
A luxury stateroom.
To serve at our most esteemed chairman's... As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate...
I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here. I have few...
Oh, you've noticed my friends. They're here to keep the peace.
Oh, say no.
Indeed. Someone must stand for reason and order.
Yeah?
Have you seen this man? Reward
Oh,
offered for
cool.
information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board. Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the
RT greeting, potential customer. Welcome to This unit dispense protein. This unit is programmed to shock simulation non-functional. Shock simulation, how dare shock subroutine complete. Estimated kill fluff this unit dispense protein. Beginning dispensing sequence.
こいつかわいいな。面白いと。
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some. We all.
まあまあ人間性だ。
If you're hungry, you've come to the... They're terrified to lock in the juices. Fresh from the ground.
やば。
Not getting into too much danger, are you? Could always lie. You know what sprats are? Space rats. The laboratories of Spacer's Choice found a use for this limitless... Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly prepared. We grind them up in sausages, then... Terra frying is a Spacer's Choice brand secret. Legally? No. The terra frying method was developed between you, me, and this grinder. I've been through. Might be that this old... Absolutely not. Boar. Just as...
入ってすぐだとなかなかパンチ効いてたな。
Sublight salvage. Their front looks surprisingly on the up and up.
You reckon we can shop here, or is it all spoke for? I've seen you limping a bit. You all right, Mr. Vicker? Need us to slow down?
What are you implying? I am perfectly fit. My...
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping. You the one flying the Unreliable? Miss Lily has been expecting you. Sure am. A few years back, they got me started. These days, I stick to HQ.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my con. I didn't... I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable...
There is always a catch.
I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you... If there's anything else, be quick about it. These days, the scrap business all but runs itself.
今日金貯めないかんのか。
Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least, not all. Your words, not... Hey, careful with the C word around here. Sublight occupies a... Very. I have this thing about... I like to think of myself as...
絶対足折るな。やめよう。
Hey, Mr. Vicker. Do you ever get a little bit homesick for Edgewater? For that ocean state?
No, I do not.
You're supposed to say yes and go on to explain why. I just want to have a conversation.
Of course you do.
D&D Borstwurst. It's not the worst unless it's Borstwurst.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt. That ought to make you smile for once, huh?
Nothing makes me happier than being even. Except being right. That's nice too. The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now. Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a... If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off. If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if... She helped me win a bet. Yeah, that's one way. We were on a smuggling run planet side when our point man bet me I couldn't outrun a mantisaur. What can I say? Something about people telling me I can't do a thing that just makes me itch to prove them. And as you can probably guess, the thing was faster than it looked. Probably would have caught me if Jesse had... What, you don't appreciate my go-getter attitude? Moral is, mantisaurs can't run when they're full of holes. You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to... Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cap...
Dr. Fenhill, glad you opted to join us. It'll be good to have a Sawbones on the crew.
Got word from Udam, from the hitman who trailed me the other night. Seems I'm indentured to the... I ain't too elated about going exclusive. You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between me and Ellie...
これで1万払いに行って交換して金がなくなる。
D&D Borst Pockets can be microwaved in 2.5 seconds. Borst Pockets.
Who there? Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or he'll parley with the king. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be...
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out. Nope.
Here they come.
なんでやってどうしても説得したい。あいつを説得してみせたい。行く前か。でもスキルって40いけたっけ 無理だな。うーん。でもでなんかあるか。つけてくるか。
You don't seem to like traveling with us much.
Why in the architect's name would you say that?
It's just that you're real, hey, grouchy.
Pad down there.
Kinda all the time.
I'm not grouchy. I'm just irritated by a name question.
Hey, you got a second? Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine look. Yes, just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. Thanks, boss. I'll just...
You got a crew now, Felix.
なんか簡単に人が増えてくわ。これで
アキレス腱さん500円。
ゲスケンさんどうも500円ありがとうございます。これでこれで説得足りるんじゃね。59。
Heard from the lasses down on 22.
you still betting on the Tossball series?
Who there? Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away. Look.
Well, hey there, your lordship.
Your lordship? So this is the caliber of man.
Seeing you here feels like old times.
Sure, everybody knows Captain McCred, terror of the back bays and purveyor of rare fungi.
Felix is a good kid. Bad habits, poor judgment, awful taste.
すごい言われる。
Listen to the alive or dead. My flame? Shit. Little flick here got me started on the pyro path.
Well, that's a relief. Wasn't too keen on the thought of coming to blows with you.
You call your lighter Little Flick?
I'll miss my baby pyro, but it beats losing my head. This court needs its king, and I... Keen eyes you got there. Sanita gave me this lighter. We had a...
McCred, is this another one of those situations where you're confused?
Mushrooms put the reality in reality. Lay it on me, Bob. Ship got impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt while we were grounded, and my baby got sold to... That's bureaucracy for you. Lay it on. The second floor is my place. Off limits to the likes of you.
You one of us here?
Home sweet home.
McRed gave me a taste of a good... Not another step in that direction, friend.
Careful with that shit. You'll end up as crazy.
It takes crazy to live in this universe. Crazy cosmos. Crazy cosmos.
お、すごい。ボロロボット。なんか強そう。
Can you imagine being frozen for 10 years, sailing through space in a room such as this?
プラズマライフル。さいる人。どうすぎて盗めんのあれは。
You get that automech patch? McCred wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
Don't
Where did
get
that
it.
shooting gristle go?
What do you think?
Shoot on sight,
Haven't
Chester!
got a heart? Not like us.
Well,
Here they come!
最悪。あれで登った判定になったのか。あ、やばい。 めんどくさ。使い登れないか。じゃあ。どこ？あ。得した姿か。
Careful with that shit. He'll end up as crazy as he is.
Not another step in that direction, friend.
うん。
Can you imagine being frozen for 10 years, sailing through space in a room such as this?
いるキャラによって話変わるっぽい。すげえ喋るな、ついてくるキャラが。
CNP chicken and potatoes. At CNP, we know our CNP.
Gracious. Fantastic. Do be careful with it. You should have a chat with Lilia Hagen in the Sublight offices. Now. Ain't that just a treat? So, she sent me a recording of a... Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called... You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. If you should find a secret worth selling, the more we got the corpse fighting each other, that handsome Bertie Holcomb's hair isn't exactly free. Bertie the Black Hole Holcomb. Handsomest young man to come out of the Tossball League. Don't forget. Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl. Straight to the point, eh? Groundbreaker's radiators. But neither fight. Miss Junlei's supposed to be getting them fixed, but the board's determined. The board can't abide a community that won't. They've always got one scheme or another, but it won't work. Any.
寝なくなった。
Hey, boss. If you need a tour guide.
How do you do? And, sorry.
CNP worst. It's not the worst, it's worst.
Make this conversation worth my... Sure is. One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but we arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. Now, get going. Catherine, one last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes. Don't go looking for anything, except you'll do fine. Probably.
Yeah, see? We'll be
大丈夫なんか
Felix Millstone, sub. Light agent. I like the sound of that.
CNP near maple syrup. It's near this petite breakfast.
Have either of the assault crews...
Impeccable timing, Captain. I was about to watch the latest episode in Halcyon Helen's thrilling serial adventure. Welcome back, Captain. Now that you have acquired a nav key to Stellar...
Well done. You'll love Monarch. Exotic climate, violent native species, fascinating culture, really. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back against the Board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the Board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch. No, never. Monarch is a hotbed of political activity. I can't imagine why Hiram set up shop. You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka. Frequents the drinking establishments of... Once you have everything you need, make your way... Come see me in my lab. I'll answer any questions. Best of luck.
Yeah.この重量ボーナスとか。ちょっと置いといてもいいかもな。
赤はつらい予算、ふざけた見た目っすね。
いいっしょ。デレスでいいかな。 いや。いや、スニーキングでいいよ。この神道結構うざいな。やっぱ、つけたら外せないよね。つけれないんだ。うん。ハンティングライフルに驚愕。 レベルが低いのか、そもそも。
Yeah, so I was looking cozy.
DLC わかりやすい。
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
これ出さないとな。顔近っ。
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to stuff. Wait, don't go just yet. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in house. Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, we don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are Sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. But that's all outside. Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home. Can't say.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that. Mr. San... Oh, and if you're... I got this Rizzo's Rangers tossball poster coming in on the next Sublight shipment. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia? Thanks.
Oh, 売ってんじゃねライフル。って言っても500円じゃ買えないか。出ないわ。欲しいな。ステルスキルがマイナス5。ダメや。ねえ、釜みたいなの持ってるこいつ。
We're not the best equipped, but scouting for rats keeps us on our toes.
Laws. Can a man enjoy the What I am doing, sir, is enjoying the moment. And how should they know what they're missing? I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best. Yes, free to wallow in squalor together. Free to squabble with the iconic... Look, you're making me melancholy.
In
little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding. Getting so I can't tell the blood. Don't interrupt. But I gotta get in there. Get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it. Shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every... Right. What are you staring?
名前じゃない、仲間なりそうやけど。
Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks, nice change of pace. What are you doing in Stellar Base? Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me. Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains... I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you... That's quitter talk.
Well. Isn't often we see new... Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you could...
I could use a few and tell it on myself.
Now what can I do? Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka. On account of her... And I don't mean that on... Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have isn't... Something else. Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more leave.
珍しいやろ。
But it had a fancy ring to it. Name's the first... Nope. But a man can dream.
口内炎がいて。
New face, huh? A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here. Why don't you grab...
By the smell, he's been reveling enough for you both already.
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered. Well, as long as we don't run. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wage... Our supervisor, Velma, goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't... We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch. We're free from the border, you know? I wouldn't doubt it. You look like the type who tends to come out on top. It's been days, but Velma won't even hear us out. You would do that? Sure thing. Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least. If I knew that, I'd have tried it. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that.
赤はつらいよさん。これ、どんなことするゲ
I
ー
would
ム
never
なんすか
endure such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut of the profits.
どんなことするやろね。話は全然見えてないけど、なんか手伝わされてるずっと。なんか。 今のとこ全然わかんない。
Wouldn't mind smelling like salt tuna if we could.
バカはつらい予算。なるほどね。
普通にオープンワールドの FPS よ。本物の角だ。ここはキノコを使ってない。えらい。
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean more than you.
Wouldn't know. I made it a point
え、
to
入れないんだけど。入れ
If
た。
Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own caffeinoid.
Don't be so hard on her. With Brax missing, she's working doubles and needs a little edge.
Very well, dearie. But you stop by anytime you like. Hmm?
Thanks, I'll keep that in mind.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you. What can Auntie Abigail do for you? Bless your little heart. You must mean... Now... I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing, our reserves have gotten so low. I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame what some people will do to... There are no discounts here, but Auntie knows. Of course. Is there... Oh, it's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her month. Now I've gone and said too much, and you... I'm afraid it'll be the better part of a month. Believe me, there's nothing I'd love better than to help. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the custom. And to keep an extra key to the supply room. For all the times Dr. Will... The one upstairs, where we store... In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was all... The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certainly... Do be careful. I'd hate... Shit.
Velma's gonna be extra cranky if she doesn't get her...
墓地、漁るのか。うん。いや、すげえなんか一気に砂漠増えたな。こっちあさってこよう。
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir. Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do? You know, Sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering. I still don't know anything about it. But if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the... But I'll warn you. Grim wore her...
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's stalking your... Not that I got any prior experience.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid. Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or... So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going.
I reckon she's got a little...
He's sort of the strong... Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors... I couldn't. Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing. He doesn't talk much, but he's got...
Sebastianってそも
he's
そも
got
誰?
great legs. It's hard to... You think that's what I'm looking for? Not in Stellar Bay. Everyone else who isn't taken either smells like salt. Besides, a man with a good... Sorry.
Well, new... Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics page?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 30...
You've often posed these...
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting. Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make 'em. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business brings you? Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the... But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Salt. Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular let.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and... I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our... Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the boards. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off...
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from...
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the track's the train.
Mr. Vicar, I don't want to be rude, but I don't think that means anything.
I have people to look after. I need to be practical.
That's why Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored.
On our terms, mind.
Returning to the board is your only chance if you hope to survive here on Monarch. That doesn't mean it'll be easily achievable.
Indeed not. No worthwhile plan was ever simple. That's what I always say.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay. Not long, but the devil is always in the details. And the salient detail here is a Bolt 52 card. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure...
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's over. Do be careful. Oh, and
広くね、そうでもないわ。
Someone's been killed!
Hmm?
I think I'm gonna be sick. I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. If you're going into the apartments, do not go in. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, sorry. Just spooked me.
見てないやん、死体。
What a gruesome way to die.
手がかりこんだけな。少なくね。
Smells like wrapped in here.
Oh, it does work.
Hey, Velma, I got your caffeinoid pills.
You're a lifesaver. Hope Abigail didn't give you a hard time.
Just the usual. Any word on Braxton?
Nothing. Don't know how much longer I can cover for him either. Give me those pills, will you?
Here you go. You know, you might consider a real night's sleep instead.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here. Did she now? Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Catherine really had sent you, I hope you can forgive my temper. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my... This again? I swear, this is the last time I You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So, that about cover it? No. I paid Sublight for it. So, it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll... It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money. She runs the betting parlor across the way. She asked me about the poster once. Just one. Sure can. I got a feeling you and Catherine would get on like tumors on a pig. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon. Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions. I can't keep working double shifts either. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra drugs he's been taking from supply. Stealing such a nast. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the stereobiotics would get used. Someone would have if this were a corporate town. But we pride ourselves on giving. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get this all tune-up. Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again? Hard workers? They turn dials and flip switches.
I'll wager she don't pay those folks that maintain the mechanicals.
Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around here, I'll tell you that much. Tell him to complain to Catherine in Fallbrook, not me. Sublight's demanding more money for the same contracts, which means if Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire Sublight. Same thing as me. Where's your proof? Because I know no one's been poking around.
Are you absolutely sure of that, Ms. Ballard?
Just as a hypothetical. Nothing to see on my terminal, of course. Because I've done nothing wrong. Maybe so, but I bet you Caleb runs out of bit. He says he's got a stash to tide his crew over. Could be he's all talk, but if the money's real, I bet you he keeps it at home.
You'd steal from your own people?
That's business. Someone's got to keep the lights on. For running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Fine.
サブクエめっちゃ増えちゃったが。
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have... And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker, too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
めっちゃ経験値くれる。あ、すごい親切設計だな、このゲーム。
Wrap Musk and Canid Eyes, right here. Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in... You look like a man who's... Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask... I hope it's working okay, because no one else...
あ、セバスチャンってお前か。
Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get...
Oh, no, that's not it at all. She's smitten with you. You smited her.
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any... You sound pretty sure. And she is awful.
Give her a chance. Give yourself a chance. Take her someplace not...
Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice.
That's the spirit, Sebastian. Be yourself.
いいね。
You
すごいもん来てんな。
Sir, please, I need your help. Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some... Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the man to save your little Tucky. And I was right. He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants, but he...
Oh, law, Captain.
Please, won't you go... Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town wall. I've got some bits saved up for a rainy day. I'll give you every last... Thank you. Oh. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy...
本当に子供なんか。
Amber Heights.
うわ、すごっ。こんなんなってたんだ。
Whew. Smells like those old Sundays when we'd unload sell tuna shipments at the cannery.
The trick is not to breathe through your nose.
Show them how it's done.
前のやつが来てんのか。買った。マックス。マックス。トゥーライトンだけど。あー。大変だ、こりゃ。急に敵強くなったな。ショックキャノン。ではジャンク系売ればよかったな。へそくれだ。
Incoming.
Everyone all right?
めんどくさこいつ。 ナイトハットがナイスハットに見えてる。墓地遠いな。これ墓地だよね。ほど人死んでんだけど。防御力低いんだよな。似合ってる、いいじゃん。心眼。お、遺骨。
Feels like the old bits outside of it.
全然強いかどうかは分からんと。技術好きだね。ライフルいいや。捨てよう。食べ物系が結構重量持ってってる気がする。遠いのかなこれ。遠いな。どこ？ルカでも せっかくだし。全然効かねえショットが。あ、すぐ重くなるな。でもなんか、でも大した重さじゃないんだよな、この子。すぐ弾なくなるわ、これ。やった。強っ。この人たちもしかして強い説。中身でアサルトライフル安定してんのかな。2つ。いや、マジジャンク系売ってくればよかった。重量きついな、結構。やば、ロボいる。口がめっちゃ突っ込んでる。あ、デッドアイ。なんとも言えない。 LTD って9のやつか。とついた。
Well, hello, and welcome to the home of the Iconoclast. In it, you'll find everything you need to know. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Why, we're the only free people. No corporations. We make our own living here. Some of us hunt. Some of us scavenge the ruins left by the... You're welcome to stay with us, so long as you can earn your keep. Oh, sure. Graham's our founder. He taught us how to cut our own path in the wilderness. And you can think of those two as our leaders, but they're more like... Oh, Graham settled here a long time ago. Shoot, I wish I had a... I wasn't around back then, but they say a lot of the old MSI corporate folks died. Graham's place is in the large building straight back. Zora's sometimes there talking with him, but usually... she's been with us since the beginning. She goes and finds people in the wilderness and gets them to come here. And she's liable to take your head off if you screw up, but then she'll Why, he's our... Graham taught us about philosophism. I'm glad you're asking, but... The new boy! Yes, he's quite clever. He took... Last I saw him, he was headed into one of...
Seems like a nice little town. Except for all the dead critters.
Damned philosophists.
Looks like I'm not the only new face around here. What do I call you?
Captain Mike だ鈴木。
Welcome to Amber Heights, Captain. You here to join the Iconoclasts? Help us free this world? I am not a little boy. Haven't been one for decades, no matter what my mama wishes. According to her, stepping foot outside of the house in broad daylight is too dangerous. My entire life. Don't go play with friends. Mantisaurs will tear your arms off. Don't leave the city. Raptidons will spit acid on your... I stuck around way too long, ruled by her fears. I'm 42 years old, but she still sees me as a little boy and...
大変だな。
Captain, what are you saying?
Yeah, what? What in the nebula is wrong with you? She's an old woman. You That was not even close. Stars, I don't know. My mama's a You know, that might just work. You go back and tell her you found my body beside the road.
Oh,
right. I guess you could take my daddy's ring. You take this back to Stellar Bay. Tell my mama I died and you found that on my body.
まあ説得するあれがないからな、スキルのあれがないから。やるか。初めてファーストトラベル使ったこのゲーム。
You're back. Please tell me you... No, that can't be true. Not my... Wait, are you sure it wasn't someone else? Maybe my... That's Tucker's ring. His daddy gave it to him and he... No, no, it can't be. He's not dead, not my child, not... Take the money. Just, please.
My dad taught me, stuff about omelets and, fromage. I could take a look at that journal.
By all means. I would be astounded, yet astronomically in your debt.
Yeah, there's nothing at all about eggs and cheese in here. Sorry.
Very helpful. Thank you.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for rat mess.
これ渡して。よーし、私に行くぞー。
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back.
そんな目座ってたっけこいつ。
More or less dangerous than a steady. Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the job. It's south and west. Mostly follow the road to... If you ain't into spelunking, there's a western slope past Rotting River, but it's dangerous ground.
寝るか3時だし。うん。よし。今日はここまでにしよう。おしまい。眠い。じゃあ。
バカはつらいよさん、OTU。
おやすみなさい。